Hi, I'm Kenneth Sampson, and you are currently watching a video from the MII Senior Expo Take a Strand. We had the opportunity and privilege of inviting speakers to speak on their field of expertise and to educate us on their profession and how we can relate it to our strands and also to our daily lives, as well as to assist students if a career, field, or strand is right for them. Now, without further ado, we hope that you learn from the video.
Okay, so again, good afternoon, students. My name is Lexi Aguila, and I will be your facilitator for today's session, and Kenneth Sampson will be my co-facilitator. Please be reminded to have your camera on and leave your mic on mute unless called upon during the Q&A portion later on. And a little tip, if you guys only want to see the speakers on your Zoom, please press the speaker view option found on the upper right corner of your screen. Now, let's get to business. Welcome to the first MI Expo Take a Strand. It is my pleasure to welcome our guest speaker for today, Miss Sophia Yulo. She founded Sync Eats Manila and Joyful Living. Miss Yulo will be representing the accountancy, business, and management strand by speaking about e-commerce. Again, let us give a warm welcome to Miss Sophia Yulo.
Right. Hi everyone. Hi. All right. So this is my first time to speak. I hope you guys will be able to listen to me and learn a lot from me. Okay, so it's an honor to be here. Thank you for having me. So let me share my screen first. Is it all right? Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, thank you. Okay. All right. So I'm going to be talking to you. I'm going to share with you my journey with e-commerce. So thank you for inviting me again. All right. So, you know, times are exciting these days. Now, I'm sure you guys are my age now. How old are you guys? Can you guys share me? How old are you guys?
You guys can type it in the chat
Yeah,
box.
you can type it in the chat box. Okay. So let's see. Oh, 15. Wow. 14, 16, 17. 15, oh, 18. Oh, this is great. You guys are very young. I thought you guys were my age. Okay, so we're living in exciting times. Thank you for answering. No, technology keeps on advancing. No, innovations keep getting better and better. I'm not sure if you guys nabutan niyo ba yung times na where you're given projects and you have to collaborate pa in computer rooms or in libraries just so you can type your share there for for projects. No, I went through the same thing, but of course, no, like I said, technology keeps on getting better and better, and then these days Google gave us Google Docs. No, you're able to work together there now. You're able to collaborate now. I was even able to finish my thesis there. No, so it's really great. Let me share with you a bit of a fact. No? All right. So according to Data Reportal's digital 2021 report on the Philippines, as of January 2021, the Philippines has a total of 110.3 million population. Apart from that, internet users, we have 73.91 million and 89 million social media users. So what does that tell you? What can you gather from this? No, can you guys share your observation on the chat, or it can be anything really? Are Filipinos getting bored? Is that it? What do you guys think? All right, we're all in the digital. Oh, yeah, that's great. Thank you for participating. Wow. Okay, I like it. It's interactive. I like it. Okay, so yeah, actually, Filipinos are beginning to adapt to the digital world. No, that's a wonderful thing. No, all right. All right, so let me introduce myself first. So my name is Sophia Yulo. Which one of you here knows Miss Quinn Maglangke? You guys know Mom Quinn? Yeah, that's great. I was a student of hers actually. I was in high school. She taught us calculus. Actually did pretty great in calculus. Self-proclaimed maybe, but I didn't fail, so I did pretty great. So I graduated from the University of Santo Tomas. Which one of you here wants to study at UST? You guys want to study here at UST? Which one of you here? Okay. Okay. Oh, that's great. Yeah. Okay. So So when do you guys think I graduated? Do you guys have an idea of when I graduated? You guys
You
have an
look so
idea?
young. I feel like you graduated like last year.
Close. No, that's great. Close, close. So I graduated in 2019. Oh my bad. In 2019. So I graduated in 2019. So this is my family. Yeah. I graduated from UST with a bachelor's degree in human resources development management. Yeah, so I took that. So I was the kind of student who took the time to actually think her goals, no, thought of her goals, no. What do I mean by that? Sometimes when I have breaks, I jot down my business ideas. No, I think about what I wanted to do. No, and what so I was the kind of student who thought her career was mapped out in her notebook. I was that kind of girl. So in my notebook, if I wasn't going to have a business of my own, I said that after I graduate, I was going to work in a company that respects the HR field, if not a management trainee. And after that, I would be saving enough money that would let me earn my master's degree. After that, eventually climb the corporate ladder. So that's what I thought. No, so fast forward, uh, after I graduated, life was full of surprises. I mean, do you guys think I was able to achieve this in 2019, 2020? No, right? Life is full of surprises. I had to fly to the US immediately for family. So fast forward, I came home on March 2020 and I came home to the pandemic. I came home to this. I came home to people losing their jobs. I came home to my mom being redundated. No, she was one of their best employees. She was their financial analyst. She lost her job, and then difficult job search. People were having a hard time looking for jobs because even employers they didn't know if they were going to invest on human capital because of the pandemic. No, they were. I mean, imagine this. What if they hire someone and then that same person leaves work the following month, no? So employers thought it was risky, no? And I know so many companies who had freeze hiring when the pandemic came. And then there's work-life balance. It's a blessing that we get to work from home, but at the same time, it blurs the life between work and life, right? Your time with your family because of the heavy workload. It's because of the pandemic, no? And then I came home to the economy. The economy was in shambles, and I mean, it still is. And the society is a little all over the place. No, people keep arguing. No, so I came home to this. Imagine the horror. So anyway, today I'm going to be sharing with you my personal journey. This is where we start. My personal journey with e-commerce. Okay, personal journey and my learnings from e-commerce. So I hope you guys learn a lot from me. So together with my mom started a global business called Joyful Living. So we cater to 50 plus countries. So we provide water purifier that you can latch to your faucet so you can drink from the faucet. We provide that. We provide beauty gadgets, youth gadgets, skincare products, supplements. We provide that. We cater to 50 plus countries. And this is our cover photo, so for your family's best. And then this is my mom and I. So this is my mom. So yeah, we provide beauty gadgets, youth gadgets. This is the water purifier that we have, skincare products, the supplements. So this is my mom and I. We work together. But first let me guys share with you that before Joyful Living came to be, I had a business called Sinkits. So Sinkits derived from the word sinkit plus eat. You guys get it? Cute ba? Sinkit plus eat. So yeah, Sinkits. That's how it came to be. My cousin actually helped me. So I had Sinkits, and then there's Joyful Living. So how did these two came to be? They're actually different. There are different reasons now, but for me, it's actually because of customer satisfaction. So for Sinkits, diba, I love dim sum. I really love it. So I I wanted to share this. Have you guys eaten at Causeway? I'm sure you guys have tried Causeway, right? I can say I can proudly say that we serve better dim sum at a better price as well. So yeah, that's how Sing Kids came to be. Customer satisfaction. I wanted to share that. And then there's Joyful Living. So for Joyful Living, it actually started with my sister. So my sister, we have this beauty gadget. It's a pore minimizer. So who here has large pores? So I had that. So my sister, it actually started with her. But let me start with my mom's story. So with my mom, kasi, so I mean, you guys have seen my mom, right? She's actually very pretty. She's 46 actually, but before she started using the beauty gadget, she was actually complimented for her looks already. People say that she looks young. Some people even say that she looks younger than I do. No, some people say that, I know, and some say she looks half her age. She looks like my age. So when you get complimented like that, you get this sense of pride that you don't need anything to look young. So that was my mom's story. But she told me she took a hard look at her photo, and she said she needed to look young again. So that was it. So that was the story, no. She said, "No, oh no, mukha na akong matanda." No. At first she was in denial. So enter customer satisfaction. No. That's how Joyful Living came to be. We were given the opportunity to share the word, and then of course we started our business there. All right. So you guys might be wondering, what do my mom and I do in a day? So for 6 days in 1 week, we do the following, no? So prospecting potential customers through text or messenger or phone calls. There's training aspiring entrepreneurs via Zoom or Facebook video call, and there's promoting our products by posting about it on our social media. I mean, you guys can read this. I mean, this is what my mom and I do every day. So but let me guys share with you what I did with Sync Kids now. Just a brief overview for you guys now. No secrets here. So for Sync Kids, actually it was actually a one woman business. I handled that all on my own. So from the bottom to top, I did all of that. What do I mean by from bottom to top? From finding suppliers, I did that on my own. On my own, no help from parents at all. Finding suppliers, talking to suppliers, which one of you here uses Photoshop? Do one of you guys here use Photoshop? Hi. Diba? When actually it before a year ago, I preferred Photoshop. Actually, I prefer Photoshop ever since. But the hard thing about Photoshop is that you start from scratch. No, so that was the difficult part. No, I did that with Sync Kids. I was in charge of booking deliveries. No, assisting with their payments, inventory checking. That was the hardest part. No, inventory checking, like you had to do that every day because after operating hours you have to do that every day. So there came a time that I didn't do it for a week. You know what happened to me? Instead of, I computed na siguro 10 shark fin would, would be left in the freezer. What I ended up was 5 shark fin na lang. So that's what happened to me, no? No, I don't know how that happened either, but that happened to me. So it was very hard, no, as a one woman business. That was happened with Synkits. But for now, this is what I do with my mom. We do it in the comfort of our own home. We do it with our laptops and with our mobile phones. So apart from the challenges I had with Synkits, I mean, I'm still going through with this now. These are the challenges I went through with e-commerce. Still going through them now. There's internet connection. The Philippines has such bad internet connection. And then there's becoming a couch potato. I mean, let's be honest here. We're getting accustomed to staying inside our homes. And it's because of quarantine as well, no? I mean, there are times now I sleep later than I should be, and there are times that I wake up later than I should be. And there's third, underestimating manpower. I did the same thing with Sync Kids, and look at where Sync Kids is now, already forgotten, right? And then fourth, lack of faith or insecurities. What do I mean by this? So let me share with you my story. So of course, no, I'm like you, no, I like Instagram stories. I like posting. And then so my friends, no, who don't have who work at corporate, no, they could be whining about their work, no. They would say na ang hirap, but that would make me envious, no, in a way na, okay, am I doing the right thing? Did I make the right decision by becoming an entrepreneur right away, right after I graduated? There was a kind of, so there was a lack of faith already brewing in me. then there's daily communication with loved ones and prospects. This is actually more of an introvert thing. I'm sure some of you here are introverts. I mean, believe it or not, I'm an introvert. So I struggle with talking to people. I turn off messenger notification just so I could have a break, no? Then not being able to talk in person or go out as you used to because of quarantine. This actually applies for extroverts. I'm so sorry for you guys. No, so that's a challenge. All right, so of course, I mean, there's a challenge. There's rain, but what follows is the rainbow. So there's an opportunity. So this is what I went through, the wonderful opportunities of e-commerce. There's professional growth. What do I mean by this? I was able to learn how to do monthly cost and revenue with the help of my mom, not just my mom. I was able to do that. And then personal growth. Uh, it's me finally realizing this is where I want to be. This is I want to do. I wanted to be my own boss. That's what I wanted. It's realizing that. And so for social skills, it's presenting myself to you right now. It actually falls on the professional growth as well. For social skills, I'm sure some of you here, you guys participate in organizations. I mean, for sure, diba? I was actually the vice president of my UST's mother organization for human resources. I was one of the vice presidents there. And you know what? I want to encourage you guys, hopefully, to join organizations because it's going to help you a lot, no? For email constructions, for projects, for events. I was able to experience that, no? So I hope you guys take the time not to get yourself out there because it will help talaga. You get to earn friends there. Then there's experience. There's professional or personal growth, no? In e-commerce, there's endless experience. What do I mean by that? There's different customers every day, and different customers can mean different challenges, and that can mean different answers, different solutions to that challenges. No, and then expanded network. What do I mean by this? You get to collaborate with professionals who have the same field as you. Collaborate with professionals who have the same vision as you, have the same expertise as you, and collaborating and being coached by successful entrepreneurs, diba? At events like this, no, you get to be coached by them, no. They're going to teach you the basics on how to get this, how to get where you are now. So, but of course, I'm going to be honest with you guys. So there's that realistic aspect in e-commerce. We have this stigma. We have this stigma that e-commerce is as easy as it looks like. That's not true, right? The realistic aspect is that if you roll it into one, it's actually when I first thought about this, I wanted to use the word difficult, but it's actually not difficult, no? It's just challenging. Difficult because you put it in a bad light. It's challenging. And apart from that, if you roll this into one, well, e-commerce is actually very underestimated, no? E-commerce is very underestimated. What do I mean by this? My friend who actually started an online business as well when the pandemic came was that she shared this with me. Akala ko magpo-post lang ako sa Facebook and mag-order ng mga tao. No, she said that, and you know what? That's the truth, no. I had the same thing. I underestimated e-commerce to the point na before SyncKit started, I made this complicated G forms where customers can order from for organization, of course, for me. But then my mom insisted that I shouldn't do it because you have to think of your customers first. No, not everyone is technologically savvy. So that realistic aspect is that e-commerce is very underestimated. We have to stop the stigma that e-commerce is as easy as it looks like. No? You have e-commerce, you have to treat it the same way you should treat a physical store, a physical business. Like for example, with SyncKits, I did inventory checking after work. That's the same thing you do with physical stores, like sa mga mini stop. I'm sure, di ba? They do inventory checking before they leave their workplace. No, that's what you need, no. And apart from that, when a pandemic came, did you guys notice that there's an influx of online businesses? No, an influx of online customers. Like so many people are shopping from Shopee, Lazada, di ba? And then, but of course, the question remains, will you survive in e-commerce? Diba? Will you survive? That's the question. So we have to stop the stigma that e-commerce is easy, because look at me with Sing Kits, no? It's not forgotten. I'm laughing at it right now. All right. So how do I help you out with this? No, I'm going to make it easy for you. First, you have to find out what you want. No, like maybe what kind of industry you want. You can do that, but it all falls down to this: you have to know your why, because your why will be driving you. Kasi it's what's going to help you wake up early in the morning. It's what's going to set your dreams into motion, right? So that's what you need to do. So if you ask me what my why is, it would have to be my family, no? And of course, I want to encourage young entrepreneurs or introverts, or basically people. I want to encourage people with the success story my God is giving me. And of course, I want to be able to provide for my family in the Philippines and in the United States with ease. No? That's my why. You have to learn yours before you start your e-commerce, especially if you're going to start with social media. Because I have to be honest with you guys, you're going to lose heart if you get rejections. No, you need strong physical and mental and emotional health for this. No, and at the same time, rejection it comes with running a business. No, so I just want to ask. I'm about to end, but which one of you guys here watch Modern Family? No one? No. Okay. Hang on. Let me see the chat. You guys watch? Okay. I love Modern Family. Yes, me too. Okay. So for those of you guys who haven't seen Modern Family, and you guys love comedy, you should watch that. So anyway, I'm going to share with you guys one of my favorite quotes from the show. So I hope you guys watch it, and I'm going to explain it in a bit. Hang on. Is it playing for you guys?
Not yet.
It's not.
Yeah.
Okay, that's embarrassing. Wait, Lara.
That's fine.
Okay, hang on. Hang on. Okay, it's loading right now. Okay, that's sayang's time. Let me just. Sorry for the technical difficulty. Sorry.
It's all right. Let's have
All
a
right. All right. Thank you.
While the video is loading, I just wanted to say and remind everyone that if you have questions for Miss Sophia, you can ask them later on in our Q&A portion. And don't be shy to ask questions. She's very willing to help, and she's so nice, and her talk has been so good so far. So I hope you guys are enjoying it as much as I am. And yeah,
All right. Okay, so wait, hang on. Okay, it's playing now. Is it playing right now?
yeah, it was playing, but I'm not sure if the audio is heard.
Okay, hang on, hang on. How is it? Is it good?
Yes, but I don't think there's any audio.
Oh, no audio? No audio?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me check. Okay. All right. You know what? I don't know how to do this, so I'm just going to tell you guys what he said. Okay. I'm sure Modern Family fans can relate. So here it is. All right. So this is what Cameron said. This is Cameron. He was the narrator of the saying earlier. So he said that there are dreamers and there are realists in this world. You'd think the dreamers would find the dreamers and the realists would find the realists, but more often than not, the opposite is true. You see, the dreamers need the realists to keep them from soaring too close to the sun. And the realists, well, without the dreamers, they might not ever get off the ground, you know. in this, of course, in this context, it's more of soulmates or having a, or what you need to find in a partner. But I want you guys to take this personally, no? I want you guys to take this personally. I pray that each and every one of us here will become a dreamer and a realist at the same time. So what do I mean by that? By becoming a dreamer, we're all going to be daring enough to envision what we want in life. What do you want? For example, I want to be a motivational speaker. That was one of my dreams before. I want to be a motivational speaker. And then how do I become a realist at the same time? I would have to be practical and wise enough to set what I envision, what to set my dreams into motion basically. So how do I do that? No. How do I do that? By by goal setting. You guys can see the PowerPoint, like, right? By goal setting. I'm sure you guys know what SMART goals mean, right? SMART goals. Yeah, exactly. This is very basic, no? When you're going to set a goal, you need to follow the acronym SMART. There's specific, measurable, attainable, there's relevant, and there's time-based. If you guys want to learn more about it, I'm sure your professors will help you with this, especially business professors. I actually learned this from I forgot the subject, but anyway, business day, and I'm surely going to help you, no? Let me close with this, and I hope that this will help aspiring entrepreneurs. That this will humble you, and at the same, this will humble you and inspire you at the same time. This is from Joel Anderson. He's the CEO of Walmart.com US. So he handles the e-commerce site of Walmart. So he says you can't just open a website and expect people to flood in. If you really want to succeed, you have to create traffic. You have to create demand. So thank you. Thank you for having me. So that's all I have to share for today. No, thank you. That's this was my personal journey and learnings from e-commerce. No, so I hope you guys learned a lot from me. No, so
Thank you
yes.
so much, Miss. I really
Thank you.
personally enjoyed the talk,
Oh,
and
thank you.
thank you for that very eye-opening and info-packed presentation.
Thank you.
Like I said, I'm sure that the other students also learned a lot from your presentation, and now we'll be opening up the floor to a Q&A. So feel free to send your questions if you have any to the chat box. You may opt to send your questions privately to any of the hosts. Well, for this one, you can send it to me. I'm the facilitator, or Kenneth. He's my co-facilitator. And um, if you want to ask anonymously, but yeah, if you have any questions, put in the chat box. Don't be shy.
Mhm.
Sophia will be very willing to answer. And
Yes.
um, while we're waiting, I personally have a question. So, because of the pandemic and all, how has dealing with your business and e-commerce been? Like, how much harder has it been due to the quarantine and everything?
Oh, to be honest, my businesses actually started during the pandemic. So, but if I had to talk about the challenges, it would have to be that it's more of personal kasi. The challenges is definitely having to wake up. No, like I said before, one of the challenges of running an e-commerce is that you can become a couch potato. No, like you get too accustomed to home kasi. So that's what happened. That's what's happening to me right now actually. No, I mean, yeah, I did stop playing video games. I did stop relaxing for a bit, but there's that idea kasi na you're at home, so you think na you can slack off, no? So yeah, I mean, what's your question again? So was I able to
It's
answer it?
okay. It's okay. Oh,
Was I
yeah,
able to
yeah,
answer it?
yeah.
Okay.
I thought I would ask like a follow up, I guess, because earlier you mentioned like, especially now in the pandemic, the
Yeah.
line between like work and personal life
Yeah.
really
Mm-hmm.
blurred. So like, would you give any like advice on how to kind of distinguish that barrier between life
Mm-hmm.
and work balance?
Okay. Okay, so for that, if you want to work in corporate when you graduate, because yeah, I don't have experience with corporate, but I know what work-life balance is. This was actually my thesis, no? It we talked about work-life balance as well. So for those who want to work at corporate, I honestly don't have any advice for you. Because for if you want me to be honest, my mom, she had this opportunity to work from home, no? She has this opportunity to work from home because she's a telemarketer. But anyway, the only reason why people are struggling right now with work-life balance is because they're working from home and their workload is heavier. You want to know why? It's because of the pandemic. People have less workforce, so that means they're expecting a lot with with their current workforce. With their current workforce, kahit they fired a lot of people, no. So maybe for the corporate people, uh, I can say please pray pray for strength, no. And then for entrepreneurs, no, for people who for people who are running the business in e-commerce, like for my mom and I, kasi we work 6 days in a week. So in that one day, it's called Sabbath. No, we read the Bible together as a family, and apart from that, that's actually our bonding time. No, and of course, apart from that, maybe you should set alarms, because I do that. I'm very forgetful, so I set alarms. So, for example, I would be working at 7 a.m. in the morning. I would be stopping my work at 8 p.m. So, I'm not sure about you guys, but when my family and I, we have this bond because we watch movies at night. So that's what I do. Now, you have to set alarms so you'll know when to stop, so that you'll know when to take a break as well. Okay. So anyway,
Thank you so much. That was a great answer.
yeah.
I have one question from Ina in the chat box. What's one big thing you learned through your experience in e-commerce that was never taught or prefaced to you in university that you've had to teach yourself from scratch?
Okay. Let me think about this.
It's a good question, Ina.
Yeah, it is. Thank you. I think you have to teach yourself from scratch. Okay. Okay, this is making me laugh now. I can't think of anything, but suppose I have to teach myself from scratch. Okay. So, I want to share with you guys maybe what I shared earlier with my experience with my mom is that teaching myself from scratch. Okay, so monthly revenue and costs. Of course, I'm a business student. No, we were taught how to do taxes. We were taught how to do accounting. We were taught how to mga balance sheets. When it comes to accounting, I hate accounting. Anyway, we were taught to do that. So in monthly cost and revenue, I had to teach myself from scratch. No, actually, I wasn't teaching myself. My mom taught me how to do it. No, you guys know what I mean, like, right? With monthly cost and revenue, it's computing how much I lost, how much I spent on dim sum. Like, for example, this is my experience with Synkits. Okay, how much I spent with dim sum, and how much dim sum I dropped. I had to put that as well, and how much I earned, how much I earned from the orders. No, so maybe I think that's it. No, hopefully I answered your question, because I was able to learn how to do monthly cost and revenue. Actually, not at university. I didn't learn that from UST. No bad mouthing though. I didn't learn that from UST, but I did learn that from my mom instead. No. So I hope that answered your question.
Thank you so much. Ina's giving 2 thumbs up. I think that's good. So we have another question from Sophia in the chat box. How long did it take for you to ship across 50 countries?
Okay, that's a great question. But for questions like this, you have to message me personally. I'm sorry, I can't answer that.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay. So,
yeah,
Sophia, you can message her. Her name is Sophia Yulo.
yeah.
Um,
You can message me on Facebook. It's Sophia. Wait, let me type here in the chat box. Sophia Verzosa Yulo. You can add me on Facebook, no? And
all right. Thank you. And we have another question. Have you ever thought to yourself that your business is struggling and you might have to pull out soon? And if so, what did you do about it?
okay, so let me share with you my experience with Synkits. So I was actually struggling with that. But the thing is though, I originally wanted to join the food industry. So Synkits of course came to be. But at the same time, I prefer Japanese food kasi. But my mom encouraged me to sell dim sum as well, even though I prefer Japanese more. So to be honest, I lost heart along the way because I wasn't passionate of of what I was doing. And apart from that, I was a one-woman business. You have to remember that, guys. I was a one-woman business. When you're going to run an e-commerce, you're not supposed to do it on your own. Okay? You even have a cousin who runs the same who sells the same dim sum. She's prospering right now, guys. No, she's even she was mentioned in Mr. Speedy as well. No, as one of the entrepreneurs who manages the life of family between family and work. No, so look at her right now. She's prospering. Do you know why? Because she trusts people. She trusted people enough. No, she hired people to do posters for her. But in my case, I was a one-woman business. I did everything from scratch. I did everything on my own. So I lost heart eventually along the way. Imagine that I have to talk to customers pa. I have to promote to people pa. It was very, very disheartening. So hang on. This is the question, right? And you might have to pull out soon. So I did pull out. After the holidays, I pulled out. I pulled Synkits out. So what did I do about it? So actually, I pulled out Synkits on after the holidays. So that was January. My mom, we didn't get orders at all during the holidays. So that was definitely a sign. Apart from me losing passion for it. So what did I do about it? Around November of last year, I was my mom and I were slowly launching Joyful Living. Actually, yesterday we launched it, but we've been operating for a while now. So November 2020. So that's what we did. Now I'm going to share with you guys what happened. Okay, I'm sharing you guys what happened. So when I lost in kids, my mom and I were slowly making a new business. Nah. So that's what we did about it. No, did I answer your question? Hopefully I did. No. Okay,
I see a
thank you.
thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Yes, awesome. Okay, so we have a question, another question. What is a sign for you to stop pursuing a certain business venture?
There could be many signs, but for me, my sign was that I was losing heart. I was losing heart talaga. I mean, when you lose heart kasi, will that motivate you to talk to customers? Will that motivate you to promote your products? No, right? If there's no sale, the main priority isn't the sale actually. I mean, if you're not getting sale kasi, but if you still have the passion for it, you can still talk to people about it, right? You can still share your products about it, right? But the moment that you lose your passion for it and you're struggling to get it back, that's that's where you're going to have a hard time talaga. So that's definitely a sign, no? If you're losing heart and you can't do anything about it, you're praying about it and there's no change, that could mean that maybe you need to take a different route. Maybe that's what it means, no?
All right, thank you, Miss Sophia. And we have I love keep the questions coming, guys. We have I think around 10 more minutes of Q&A, so yeah. One from Linus, how can you find suppliers in this time of pandemic and how do you know if the supplies given are safe?
Okay, so I'm going to be sharing with you guys. For Joyful Living, I can't share that information, but for Synkits, I'm going to share with you guys. I did my research talaga on Facebook Marketplace. So for example, when I wanted ramen, I typed ramen kits because that's what I wanted. I wanted to sell frozen food kasi. No? So that's what I did. You have to do your research as well. Sometimes suppliers pop up on Google, but sometimes they don't. So you have to check Marketplace, you have to check Instagram. You need to be able to do that. So how will you know if they are safe? For example, my experience with Synkits, I had to order from them pa. I had to eat them myself. No. So that's what I did. I had to eat them. I had to taste them by myself. No. So that's how you'll know kasi you need to have a personal experience with the people with not sorry. You need to have personal experience with the things that you're going to sell. Okay? So that's what you need to do. So for safety, I'm not so sure about that, but I did eat it all. I didn't die naman. So so yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay.
Yeah.
We have a question from Gia. What inspired you specifically to create
Okay,
your
yeah.
own personal business?
Okay. So this actually started when I was in a organization called TJAPM. I forgot the acronym for na. I forgot what it means now, but it's a mother organization of human resources students in UST. I noticed I had this attitude na I didn't want to be bossed around. Now I'm going to tell you guys that's not good, but I did have that attitude. I didn't want to be bossed around, no. Especially when I was in charge of creatives team. I was in charge of the posters and everything. I hated it when people would tell me, na, "Can you move that? Can you move that logo right here?" No, I hated I hated that. No, I'd be fuming. So I hated that, but at the same time, I'm not encouraging you guys. Nah, it's okay. Nah, please don't do that. So when it inspired me to create my own business, one was that I didn't want to be bossed around. So I wanted to be my own boss. I'm going to be honest with you guys. When I graduated, I really did think I'd be working for corporate. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? We all have different dreams. Okay? We have different dreams. But of course, deep down inside, I wanted to be an entrepreneur. No? What inspired me was that I wanted to be my own boss. No? So that's what it is, no? It's not about the money, eh? It's what I wanted talaga. I wanted to be my own boss. I wanted my own business. I didn't want to work for anyone. So that's what inspired me.
Thank you. We have one from Stephanie. What's advice, or do you have any advice or tips you would wish you could tell your high school self to further improve your journey of business?
Okay. So this is going to sound cliche, but especially for me, ever since, because I grew up with a family who was heavily involved in corporate and business. Okay. So for me, it's definitely that my for my younger self, I hope that you listen more to your teachers. My teachers na who are heavily teaching business, no, because they're going to be teaching you guys theories, principles, and whatnot. I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't remember much of them right now. No, I don't remember the name of this theory or everything. I don't remember the title of this or anything, but guess what, I'm still able to apply them kahit di ko maalala yung title. No. No, I so guys, if you really want to learn, please have to listen to your teachers. Especially, for example, if you want to be a surgeon, no, pay attention to science related subjects, no, not so yeah. I'm not going to prolong it now. That's what I want. But that's what I want to tell to my high school stuff. Now you have to listen to teachers who are teaching what you want to become. Like for me, business, no, pay attention to that. No,
Okay, so
yeah,
guys, Miss Sophia saying listen to your teachers.
yeah,
So make sure to listen in class.
yeah,
We heard it from her. Okay.
yeah.
So looking at the time, what do you mean? Oh no, Sir J. What do you mean? What do you mean? Looking at the time, uh, we have time for one more question, and this is an anonymous question. Do you plan on venturing or expanding out from your current business?
Oh, to be honest, I mean, if you think about it, I'm expanding. Not to brag, but but my mom and I, we cater to 50 plus countries, so I can definitely say we're expanding. No, no. Oh, and can I guys give you guys what's this? Maybe an advice? No, especially for I'm sure most of you guys here na hindi kayo nag-honor roll. No, I'm sure some of you guys here are like that, no. Not in the honor roll, and that probably bums you out. And I hope for those who are struggling with that, can I be honest with you? When I first entered UST, I had this dream. I wanted to graduate as magna cum laude. No, I didn't get that. But you know what happened to me? I graduated with an internationally published thesis. No, that's very hard, but that's what happened to me. So maybe that can happen to you. So I mean, yeah, I'm not saying that you should slack off. You should still study, but you never know. Kasi don't be so bummed out that you're not in the honor roll. No, because you might be getting things na you didn't know you could achieve. Like for example, one of you could be the president of your school's organization, no? You never know, right? So yeah, I hope that doesn't bum you out, no. No. So yeah.
Thank you so much. Once again,
Yeah.
we would like to take this chance to show our gratitude to Miss Sophia Yulo for sharing with us her invaluable time and for being a guest speaker in our very first MI Online Expo Take a Strand.
Before you go, please make sure to answer the feedback form that is located down below on the description. Aside from that, we would like to thank our sponsors as well, White Breeze Palawan Hotel, Food Talk Supermart, and the Regalado family for their help. Once again, thank you for your participation. Signing out, Batch of 2021.